today we're going to be looking at the Thermal Master P2. This is the smallest thermal camera on the market, comes in this case, and as you can see, it's absolutely tiny. It fits on your keychain and is effective at detecting people, animals, cars for at least a few hundred meters away. And of course, it measures temperature too, so it's a great tool for identifying heat spots, cold spots, leaks in your house. And I think there's also a lot of entry level units available on the market. When I was looking around to kind of decide which one to buy, I just wanted a really quick and easy option that I could plug into my phone. And there are a ton of entry level thermal units available out there, but only a few of them have the amount of positive reviews and imaging performance of this one, especially at this price point. So let's have a look at what you get in the box. Now, of course, you get this case, and that is the camera itself. It's absolutely tiny, this thing here, and you do get a few other bits and pieces in the box as well. So Thermal Master include this USB-C extension cable here. So for those of you who use a pretty chunky phone case like I do, this can really come in handy. What I've bought myself is just one of these particular units here, just plugs in at the base, and yeah, allows me to get past that chunky case. But yeah, you can use this one that's included as well. You also get an instruction manual here, and it's only really the first 10 pages. It's translated into different languages, and that's pretty much it. So let's have a closer up look at the Thermal Master P2, and you can see it's made out of anodized aluminium. Tiny, it only measures 27 millimeters by 18 millimeters, and it's 9 grams. It actually feels almost too light for what it is, and it's 256 by 192 pixels, infrared resolution, 25 hertz, decent sort of smoothness, and it's capable of measuring between negative 10 degrees Celsius to 600 degrees Celsius, 40 millikelvin as well, which is fairly standard in terms of sensitivity. This is a close-up of the carry case that you get, and you know, it feels fairly sturdy. There's a bit of padding there on the top and the bottom, stopping the camera from rattling around in there. It's made of plastic, and you get this metal carabiner here as well. Okay, so I've got the app opened up and the Thermal Master P2 connected to my phone, and it's just pointing over this device here, this multi-screen device here, and you can see there's a bit of heat coming through the screens and to the side. There's this option here to change the temperature range. At the moment, it's between negative 20 Celsius to 150 degrees Celsius, so I can actually change that to 100 to 600 degrees Celsius. And yeah, I don't have anything actually to measure of that sort of temperature, but anyway, looking at normal things using that temperature range, for some reason it just looks really kind of grainy. So, you know, I normally just use this other one. Looks a lot better. Now there is this setting here that says X3, so if you tap it, it's kind of bit difficult to make out, but it basically, as you can see here, just kind of upscales the image, and I believe it fills in these sort of pixels, a bit of smoothing going on in there. It's very subtle, but when using it outside, you can definitely tell a difference. And you can also zoom in really easily, just this sort of pinch sort of thing here. Okay, and there's a few color palettes, so you can hit that thing up the top there. There's iron red, you've got black hot, and white hot, and I'll demo these later right at the end as well outside. Iron red, red hot, so that only will highlight the really hot parts of the scene. Highest temperature, jungle, aurora, city. Now, I don't really use any of these other ones that much. The only ones I really use are the last 3, but you know, some of you might like those. I find that these two here, the white hot and the black hot, they basically just almost like a high contrast type of filter. Really makes whatever you're looking at stand out against all the noise. Whereas the iron red, it has, I guess, a few different tones, has a higher tonal range, so you can see kind of between really bright yellow and yeah, all the way to blue, I suppose. So let's have a look what else you've got. You've got this setting here on the right hand side, so that's like the temperature gauge, so you can hit all and then it measures the highest temperature there, the lowest temperature, so kind of red and blue signify that, and then the center there as well, it, you know, whatever you point on the center crosshairs, it will measure the temperature there. You can also do things like put, you know, draw a little circle there, and yeah, basically it will only measure within the circle. You can delete that. There's rectangles as well. And what's this one? Color. Yeah, I don't really use that one at all. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool that you can, I guess, get it to focus within a specific part of the image if you're only measuring something within there. And we've gone through that. There's also picture in picture, so I can enable it here, and this will then turn on my camera. Okay, my normal phone camera, and yeah, give a little representation of that in the corner. It's not exactly lined up, but yep, it's better than nothing, I suppose. And you can also change the opacity of the camera there, and when you're recording, it's going to display that. And you record by hitting this middle button here, and this brings you to basically this screen, so you can take a photo hitting that middle button, or you can hit the record button here and then press stop to record. Here on the left hand side of the screen, there's a few other things here, so you can rotate the screen like I've done here. Initially it was kind of facing the wrong way. You can mirror the image as well. There's even like a scale set. You can also change the contrast and the brightness here. Okay, so there's a few considerations you'll want to keep in mind if you're thinking of getting the ThermalMaster P2. The first one is that the lens is actually exposed, so you can see it here, and it's exposed through an opening in the glass. So yeah, you need to be pretty careful with dust, dirt getting inside. I did find that I could still get the kind of corner of a cleaning cloth through there, but it is a little bit tricky. And yeah, I know in the P2 Pro, the lens cover actually extends over the entire front of the camera. So I'm not sure why they have this design on the P2, but the main reason that I got the P2 over the P2 Pro is just looking over the videos and stuff on YouTube, seemed like the P2 just had better picture quality over the medium to long distance range. If you look around the camera as well, there's no kind of rubber bumpers or anything like that. Of course, you can sort of add some on yourself, but you just have to be really careful when you're handling this thing. The second consideration is that this camera is non-focusable, so it's intended for short to medium range use. So yeah, when you're viewing objects really close up or further away, it will show up as blobby. And these focusable units will actually cost nearly twice, 3 times the amount like my ThermalMaster X3 here, due to the secondary infrared lens, and they have to use larger lens components as well. So yeah, I think the P2 is still an amazing little tool for detection rather than identification over long distance. And yeah, the fact that you can just keep it on your keychain as well rather than carry around a really large scope is impressive. And yeah, like I said, I've got the ThermalMaster X3 that has some insane performance in terms of clarity, resolution, but you're going to be paying 3 times as much, and it's also significantly larger. The third consideration is that these thermal cameras might be tiny, but they certainly don't come cheap, and thermal cameras have a premium added onto them due to challenges in manufacturing the infrared lenses. They have to use specific materials and rare materials as well, and you've also got small batch production compared to normal cameras. There's just not as much demand for these things, but considering the price, performance, software, and of course portability, this is the best option in my opinion for an all-rounder entry-level thermal device, especially if you're looking for something extremely portable like this. I think it's an awesome little thermal camera, and I'm glad that I didn't go and buy some of those other ones. You know, they were cheaper. I think there's a couple out there for maybe half the price, but you know, in terms of performance, you just never know what you're going to get. And with these, there's just so many reviews of them out there, lots of people who are happy using them. So yeah, I'm quite happy that I end up getting this one, and it's certainly going to form part of my extended EDC kit. You know, I'm probably not going to carry this around with me all the time, but every now and then, maybe if I go out on hikes at night or something like that, I think it'll make a handy tool for scouting ahead, animal watching, and yeah, just general fun. I'll also have some demo videos up at the end of this video to show you what the ThermalMaster P2 is capable of. But if you have questions, let me know down below in the comments and I'll get back to you. If you're interested in getting one of these as well, I've left a special link with a discount voucher, and that's to the AliExpress website where you can get one of these. That's pretty much the cheapest place that you can get them. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more reviews, make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, for some reason the app doesn't record in 25 frames per second. It sort of lags out, I don't know, in the recording, so I've just switched to screen recording now, and this is going to be a lot easier. Film with. I'll probably include the other footage as well. Amazing how you can still spot those mice, the bushes there, the three of them. I don't see anyone. It's just me. Oh. And amazingly, you can see the people walking down the bottom there. You can detect a couple of people there to the right playing tennis, and yeah, just on that court here. Zoom in by just this sort of pinch action like that. You can see the cars and the front of the cars are kind of hot. Switch over to the white hot mode. This is the red hot mode, iron red and red hot, so this only will highlight the really hot areas. Rainbow, don't really like that one. Jungle, also not a big fan of these. Oh, this one's cool, low light. There's a pool there to the right, over here, so that's a heated area, I'm guessing. Gold, lava, and medical, not really so useful. I think the best ones are these three, so the iron red, black hot, and white hot, in terms of spotting what's happening. And you can access this X3 mode by hitting that, but it does lag. I don't know why it does that outdoors, but it just must be too much information for it to sort of handle, so I've just disabled it. Yep, I don't know what's going on there, but it's pretty cool. You can, so you can see, detect people just walking around. Look like little blobs, but that's all you need, really. There's a bird flying through, but it has not picked up that bird. It's really larger objects. So just across the road now, and you can see there's a bunch of people walking, like a big crowd of people, and you can like count them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, it's about 8 people. Oh, they were just pretty close up to the details of the car as well. The front of the engines are showing up hotter. I mean, it's much better if you say just a few meters away from the camera, but I'm still pretty blown away that it's picking people up just across the road, and over there right in the center as well, there's like a bunch of people near the tree there. Maybe I can just change the color palette. It's white hot, then you've got black hot. You can actually see people a lot better, like a little zoomy. And here is the X3 effect, and for some reason it just lags every time I go into the X3. I don't know why it does that, I think. if it's looking at something that's, yeah, I have to restart the app and then it stops, but otherwise I'll just disable it and it looks fine like this, as you can see. Nicer frame rate. And you can see there's someone all the way up in the distance. I can't actually see them from here. That's just got a heat signature underneath the tree there in the back. Maybe if I hit the black hot there. Just have a walk up here as well. This is pretty cool. Like, it's got quite a wide field of view as well. So you can sort of angle it, just hold it right in front of you as you're walking, and it just picks up any sort of heat signatures. Let's have a look. This is red hot, black hot. So hoping to maybe find some animals or whatever up in these trees. There might be a couple up back there, or I guess those could be lights as well. Oh, look, there's something here. It was a lot easier with the Thermalmaster X3, but I mean, even with the P2, this is pretty nuts. I wasn't expecting to be able to actually see anything past like a few meters, so it's got to be like a possum or something. Yeah, that's a possum. It's so dark here, so I wouldn't really be able to see anything. There we go. It's a possum. You can even see like where the possum's been walking, like there, maybe there. You can alter the contrast and also the brightness a little bit as well. Just fiddling around with some of these little settings. And yeah, right now it's set to negative 20 Celsius to 150 degrees Celsius. So if I set it to the negative 20 to 150, 100 degrees Celsius to 600 degrees Celsius, you see it just doesn't seem to really pick things up as well. It's just kind of outside of that temperature range, so I'll switch it back to negative 20 to whatever it was, 150 degrees Celsius. There we go. You notice like this thing is calibrating, making those clicky noises every now and then. Well, that could be something else behind that tree there. I'll go have a look. Whoop. There you go. Get a bit of the detail on the face. Oh, you can even see the eyes. See, like a lot more warm coloured, brighter coloured. If I switch over to the X3, you can see it kind of applies this mosaic effect. I don't quite like that. I think this feels more natural, even though the resolution it does look pixelated from a distance. Okay, let's go up there. I thought I saw something underneath this tree here. Here we go. Let's have a look. Like a mouse or something. Oh my god, yeah, I think that was a rat. Is that it? Yep. Oh, it's like gone inside these little housing. that it there? Maybe. Could be oh, that bit is kind of showing up a bit hotter. Oh, the things that you see and you don't really want to see, but oh, here we go. That's a possum up in the tree. The trees retain a bit of heat, so that's why they show up as a bit warmer. There he is. It's peeking over at me. So that's about maybe a meter, just under a meter. So that's probably the most focused is you can get like that. Probably the optimal focal distance where everything's like showing up, all the details showing up, and let's hit these other modes here. Black hot might also switch off some of these temperature. There we go. That looks a little bit cleaner now. Wow. Oh, that looks a bit creepy. Okay. So we'll peek around. Oh, here we go. There's someone relatively close to me, maybe like about 10 meters, 10-15 meters away. Showing up really easily. So, like the fact that it could pick up that little rat or whatever, that's a good indication that oh, where's that guy gone? Maybe behind the tree or something. Oh yeah, further down there. Just kind of walk further down there. It will just become these splodgy kind of bits and pieces. That could be a person, yeah, it's a person walking a dog. You can kind of just make out, like using your imagination. And it looks like maybe two people, and then way across the road there's like someone in the back walking across, and you see them kind of pop up here and there, and the wheels of the cars in the distance. There we go, something there as well. That could be like a possum. On the edges, this hedge. Let me get a bit closer. It looks like a possum. It's big enough. And it feels way more natural walking with this than like one with the zoomable lens, high magnification. Let's swap back to the normal temperature, iron red. I like this one the best. Decent like details. A bit closer maybe. I don't really like those ones here. These sort of oh, that one's okay. This low light one, like that's actually much easier on the eyes. But all these lava and medical and stuff, I don't use any of those. It's mainly just the three here. So iron red, black hot, and white hot. And the black hot and the white hot just create more contrast. Okay, let's have a bit of a walk. Oh, look, here we go. Looks like we got another mouse or something. And again, like about 10 meters away. Go a bit slower, see if I can get closer. Oh, gone. Yeah. Person up there. Is anyone down here? No. Something looking really cold up in the distance in the middle. Probably a bit of metal, or maybe water or something. It's pretty cool that you can also use this to navigate. Up here, person with a dog, and there's be some people here. Look, what's that? It's a dog, a couple of dogs maybe. So it's pretty decent for like detecting. Yeah, if you look all the way in the back, that's like probably where the cars are moving all the way, like here, right in the back. I don't know how many meters that would be, like 50 meters, maybe 50 meters, and you can still sort of see what's happening. People kind of walking across the field as well. I think that's all behind the tree. I don't know where they've gone, but yeah, the black hot seems to like offer the best kind of yeah, and you can increase the brightness to really make things like pop out more. Oh, overall, I'm pretty impressed with this thing. Look at that. I didn't think much of it in terms of like from the videos that I saw, because for some reason there's just not many YouTube videos showing how this thing performs longer range, and yeah, I hope this is going to be helpful, because myself probably just use this as a bit of a scouting device. I don't know, just for fun, but I think I'm most impressed by the fact that you can see up to about 50 to 100 meters, like discern targets. So that range, and even like little mice and stuff as well. Just get going for a walk and see if we can find anything else. I did notice like I was able to find animals in the trees, but yeah, with my other one, but I don't know if I'm able to do it with this one. Definitely can spot people and like possums like really easily. There's a couple here. Just walk this way. You can kind of see where they walk as well. Like warmth on the ground. Yeah. Footprints. The zoom is pretty smooth. Hit that X3 button again. Just for some reason it's laggy, but it does create this weird mosaic-like effect. I think I prefer it this way. Probably the processing takes up some resources, I don't know, but I'm using a pretty good phone. I mean, it's a Samsung S23 Ultra, so it shouldn't have any issues at all being able to handle the processing. Okay, let's continue on. Oh, there we go. There's the dog. I feel like I can spot some birds. Oh, cool, check this out. Alright, so yeah, we'll pick up some birds. See how far they show up for. Yep. That's so cool. Probably be visible for a couple hundred meters maybe. Impressive. Yeah, I think this one here, the black heat one, just cuts out all the extraneous sort of bits and pieces. Now up ahead there's actually a bunch of birds. I'll go a bit closer because you can't really see them. I can see them sitting out just like seagulls on top here, but for some reason the camera's not picking them up. As I get closer it might sort of get better. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Probably got to get like quite close to see them. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of birds here on this hill. But yeah, don't know, can't really see them. Oh, might sort of pop up. Here you go, a little bit. Just go up and see. Yeah, I don't know, for some reason, now that I'm on a higher vantage point, they are showing up much better. But before, I don't know what it was. You can see the little heads. Oh. Yeah, I think I'd much rather use something like this for close range, even though the resolution isn't you know, a 320 by 240 or higher. This is still pretty decent, and get a wide range. That probably could be some poop. A warm turd. You see up in the tree as well that there's like a couple of birds up there. It's just picking up a couple there, and they get kind of obscured by some of the leaves and stuff like that, but yeah, head back to the iron red mode. Pretty smooth as well, which I like. What's this here? Something on the ground. I have no idea if anyone gets as entertained using one of these thermal cameras like I do. I have no idea why I find these so much fun, but I'm sure this will be helpful for some of you. Oh, the heck is that? Here. Probably some fresh turds again. That's the only thing that it could really be. So I mean, if it helped me not step in some turds, that's a good bonus, I suppose. I'm gonna spot some mice. Sometimes they hide in these little bits of plants and stuff. There's a car there. It's hotter at the front. go around the side and just see. Oh, what's that? There you go. It's a mouse. Okay, I'll get a bit closer. Only a rabbit, maybe. And you can see just kind of where the fence is, bits of metal, it sort of obscures vision, but if you even got just like a little bit of just peeking out, able to detect. Okay, let's go in here. Nothing really exciting, but maybe under this tree. And I'll just get close to this car and see if we can detect whether the top of it is hotter or not. Yeah, it looks like it. And even underneath, so I guess it was parked here recently. There you go, that's another possum there, and some up ahead. Looks like it's completely dark back there. I wouldn't have seen. Oh, it's not a person, it's just a possum again. And or a dog. Don't know, could be that someone's dog, or is it a possum? Don't know half the time. Oh, it's a bat. That was cool. I mean, truth be told, I'm spotting some of these things even before I look at them in the camera, but definitely up, further in the distance, I wouldn't be able to see anything without this, so for some reason here, like I'm looking right in the distance and everything kind of just appears to be the same color. I don't know if that's like a distance related thing, because I mean, if I'm looking here, it's probably because there's nothing there that's of a different temperature really, whereas here you've got the guy walking a dog. Yeah, so the temperature difference is like between the sky and the rest of the let's have a look in here. I mean, sometimes you just imagine things being here or any people or whatever, but it's really nothing. Just look down this street. Yeah, this thing would be awesome if you didn't have anything else you didn't have a flashlight or anything. You could navigate in the dark with it. Well, just not here. It's got to be a mouse or something. A rabbit. Just speed off into the bushes. I feel like a bit of a detective or something with this on. You can see if there's any hot patches or whatever on the ground. Oh, there we go. Look, there's a couple other animals. and you can spot the birds really easily. You know, some of these would be around the size of a little mouse, not a mouse, a rat. The black hot mode, it's even more obvious with the white hot. But yeah, I wish I could like customize each one, so I'd have the black hot mode on really high contrast, but then if I want to switch back over to the iron red, the contrast is saved from the previous, so yeah, I have to sort of play around with this. That's like highest brightness. You can lower the brightness down, and then let's see, what's the other one, the contrast. Pop the contrast, lower the contrast. Damn, there's a lot of rats around here. I think they will be hiding in these little hedges. There's like 3 mice in there already. Great. I mean, might be useful for pest control. Jesus. Tons of them there. Something coming up, and also like a little mouse on the running across before. And those rocks retain, or stone, whatever, bricks, retain a bit of heat during the day, so that's why they show up a bit hotter. Is that a rat or a mouse in there? Maybe, yeah. It's sitting right in the middle, so I guess that's where they go. To hide. I really just need a little bit of the body peeking out to see. Alright, that's a plane. Right there. So here you can see I've got a chair, and I was just sitting in this chair before, and it's able to pick up where I've sat here on the ground, where I'm walking, and disable this X3. Now this X3 kind of feature here just upscales it, so you can see the difference. So that's with it disabled and enabled, so it fills in the gaps, but it does create this kind of mosaic like effect. It's not a big deal, but yeah, I do find maybe at sometimes you just have to, you know, figure out which mode looks better. This is pretty cool. You can see my footprints here on the ground. Oh, what the heck is this? I have no idea what this is. Could be some water that I had. Yeah, I might have dripped a bit of water here. Oh yeah, it's wet. That's weird. It's funny that it picked that up. And here's my fridge. On the side of the fridge you can see the coil. I've got a guitar case back there, so it's kind of blocking part of the way. Used the microwave before it, so it's a little bit hotter. And this is with the X3 enabled. I do find it works a bit better up close, like this. Just disable the X3 again. And of course we can go check out like the meter box and my intercom here. And there's my meter box. Let's pop on the X3 part again. That's pretty cool. And even my hands, interesting, because like my fingers are a little colder than the rest of my hand. It's a little bit cold today here in Melbourne, so wow, that's so cool. Let's turn on the tap. Here's the water. See what the water looks like, and there we go. You can see it heating up. This is with the X3 feature disabled for the time being. Enabled. How cool is that? Yeah, for closer up with the X3, upscaling it looks much better, but further out we'll have to test it and see. This is with it disabled. That's so cool. Enabled. Yeah. Disabled. I've got some PowerPoints and stuff here, picking up the temperature of those. Oh, that's interesting. USB connected to nothing. It's also showing up as a bit hot. Charger that's connected to my battery charger here. So it's picking up on the battery, 21.9 degrees Celsius. Okay. And over here we've got my computer. The X3 on and off, on, off. PowerPoints underneath. It's working quite well for stuff up close down the street, and amazingly it's able to pick up the cars and also little pedestrians like walking down the street. I'll turn on the X3 mode. Maybe if I can switch to some other color palettes as well. This one and that one. Mine red.